Lindsay, what's the advantages from the purchaser's point of view?
Well, as we said, only about 25% of homes are auctioned. So what we need to do is realise that when buyers buy by private treaty, because it's a private offer, you don't know what your competition is when you are buying the property.
Sure.
So you might offer 500,000, thinking that's a fair and reasonable price. And if somebody offers 505, 501, 550, 490,000, you do not know what those other offers are.
No.
So if you're at an auction, you can look across the other side of the audience and see, well, if that person's now bid 500, if I go to 501, I'm in the front row. And you know that on that day you can make a buying decision. But under private treaty, of course, negotiations could go by a week.
Absolutely. I also love the way that the auctions are now. You know exactly bidding. You need to register for bidding.
Yes.
The auctioneer has to declare what paddle number.
That's right.
So there's absolute transparency in the whole process. So if I was bidding against you, we know
Yes.
who the competition is.
Yes.
And then it's up to whoever wants that property the best.
That's right, yeah. And the bottom line is you know what terms and conditions you're bidding under, and everybody's got the same terms and conditions, save a couple of variations on deposit.
Just before we go to our house of the week, and it looks an absolute cracker in North Adelaide, you do a lot of auctions, Lindsay.
Yes.
The legislation changed, was it about 18 months ago now? Time's flying.
That's right,
12,
yes.
18 months ago. How have you found people that actually go to the auctions to purchase property? What's been their reaction to it?
People have now, we spent a lot of time educating purchasers on the auction process and also the legislation about having to register. It also gives us a chance to know who's actually interested in the property, and it stops people arriving late and perhaps disrupting the bidding because they've got to be registered.
Yeah.
And it makes it all very nice and clean, and also we keep a record of who's there. But the bottom line is it makes it even more, I think it to a certain degree makes it simpler because we know who we have to deal with in the short term.
I'll just sum it up. I think it's a more professional process.
Yes.
We had people that would fly in late and try and put other people off, and the whole process now I think is far more professional. And if you do go to an auction and you want to know more about it, I'd be giving Lindsay a call because he can actually explain the whole process really, really well. Lindsay, thanks very much for joining us.
No worries.
Always love chatting to you. You do a wonderful job out in the field, mate.
Thank you.
And auctions a very important part of our business, and it's just great to have you and a team of auctioneers that do a good job. And
just one thing, if you want to inquire about auction, go to an auction on a Saturday and just stand in the background and see how the process works. Bit of education is always a good thing.
I couldn't agree more. Make sure it's one of Lindsay's because he does an awesome job.